Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something huge, maybe the biggest friction point for anyone starting something new, whether you're a founder or a creator: self-doubt. We've got this fantastic guide aimed right at entrepreneurs, and we're going to use it to cut through the noise, give you some real tactical ways to, well, navigate that uncertainty.
That's not necessarily eliminate it, right? Yeah.
Exactly. It's not about getting rid of it entirely.
Because that's the paradox, isn't
Yeah.
it? You look at people who've, made established businesses, successful creators, and all you see online are the wins.
Right. The polished posts, the celebrations.
Yeah, the results. But what our source material makes crystal clear is that every single one of them started feeling uncertain, often wrestling with pretty serious self-doubt privately.
And that private struggle, that silent wait,
Huh.
well, people often call it imposter syndrome, don't they?
They do.
But when you're building a business, it's more than just a trendy term. It's that really heavy, quiet feeling that maybe you don't actually belong here.
Like you're faking it. Precisely. That fear someone's going to figure out. You're just making it up as you go along.
Okay.
But here's the key thing, the insight we really want you to grab onto from the start. Feeling doubt doesn't mean you're unqualified. Not at all.
Okay.
In fact, it's often the opposite, that self-doubt popping up. It's frequently a strong signal that you're pushing yourself. You're moving into territory that actually matters to you.
Right.
And doing work that matters, well, that naturally feels a bit vulnerable, doesn't it?
I like that frame. Vulnerability is a sign you're on the right track, that it's meaningful. Okay, so let's unpack that feeling more. This guide actually names specific ways doubt shows up. It's not just this vague cloud. It kind of arrives strategically, like right before you make a big move.
Yeah, it has its favorite moments.
So the sources mention three main fears, distinct ones. First, and this one can be, well, really paralyzing, the who am I to do this question.
The identity crisis.
Yeah.
That one hits hard right before you, say, launch a new thing or claim expertise. It's that inner voice whispering, you need more credentials, another degree, or, someone else's permission first.
It's like an internal gatekeeper trying to send you back to the drawing board.
Totally. Back to planning, back to researching. And then the second big one you mentioned.
The second one is that fear of judgment. What if I fail publicly?
Oof. Yeah, that one's lethal for action because it stops you launching anything.
Why is it so powerful?
Well, often it's not the actual failure we fear most, it's how we think others will see that failure. The judgment, the criticism, maybe losing face.
Right.
That's why people get stuck tweaking things endlessly in private if nobody sees the imperfect early version.
Then you can't be judged for it. Makes sense. And the third fear...
The comparison trap.
The classic. Everyone else seems so qualified or so much further ahead.
Yep. You're comparing your messy, uncertain start, your first draft, to someone else's chapter 10, their polished, finished product. You look at their success and just assume they never felt the way you do right now.
Which is almost certainly not true.
Almost certainly not. And this is where the guide's take is so crucial. Feeling those three things, the identity doubt, the fear of public failure, the comparison trap, it's not proof you should quit.
Okay, so what is it proof of?
It's proof you care deeply. If the work felt meaningless or easy, you probably wouldn't have that level of doubt. The friction shows your commitment. You can actually use that feeling like a compass. It's pointing towards work you're genuinely invested in.
Okay, so doubt is a compass pointing towards meaning. But what's the anchor then? What stops us actually following that compass?
Good question. And that pivots us right into the danger zone of perfectionism.
Right. The guide has this brilliant line. It calls perfectionism fear wearing confidence's clothes.
That's it. Spot on.
Yeah.
It looks like you just have really high standards, like you're being diligent.
Yeah, responsible even.
But functionally, it's avoidance.
Yeah.
Pure and simple.
We hear it constantly, don't we? I'll launch when the website's perfect. I'll start when I finish this one more course.
All the time. But the guide is clear. Ready never actually arrives like that. Perfectionism isn't a standard. It's a loop. It keeps you safe, yes, but also completely stuck.
Stagnant.
Exactly. It's maybe the sneakiest form of self-sabotage.
So how does it work? The sources break down this loop, this back-to-planning cycle.
Yeah, there are basically 4 stages, or maybe 4 excuses it uses. The first one, I need more time.
Okay. Waiting for the right moment?
Precisely. Waiting till you have more savings or more free time or, the stars align perfectly in the market.
Which they never do.
Right. The fear underneath is, if I start now, I'll mess it up. So you just wait. indefinitely.
Okay, that makes sense. And that delay often leads to the second excuse.
It does. I need more learning or more research.
The perpetual student trap. One more course, one more book, one more certification.
Exactly. It feels really productive, right?
Yeah.
You're learning, but often it's just delaying the vulnerable step of actually doing the thing. You're building a knowledge shield.
A shield against action. Okay. Avoidance disguised as preparation. And the third part of the cycle. This one feels very familiar. It needs to be perfect.
Mm-hmm. This is the endless fiddling, refusing to ship because some tiny detail isn't quite right, something maybe the customer wouldn't even notice.
Or maybe will notice but doesn't actually care about yet.
Right. It's keeping the thing safe in theory land, never letting the messy first draft see the light of day.
So waiting for time, waiting for knowledge, waiting for perfection. What's the end result?
The fourth outcome, nothing ships. The cycle just repeats. You keep going back to planning, tweaking, learning.
And the fear, dressed up as high standards, wins. It stops all forward movement.
Completely.
Okay, so if perfectionism is the trap, the guide says movement is the key, we need a total mindset shift here.
Yeah, the core idea is progress is the real perfection.
Progress is the real perfection. I like that. It flips the script.
It really does. Because it means confidence doesn't show up before you start. Confidence is built through the action.
You don't get it by mastering theory on the sidelines.
No.
Yeah.
You get it by engaging, by, frankly, stumbling a bit, getting feedback and adjusting course.
Okay, so how do we actually do that? Does the guide give us practical steps?
It does, thankfully.
Yeah?
A really clear three-step framework to get moving and break that perfectionist paralysis.
Okay, lay it on us.
Step 1, start small. And they mean really small, tiny even.
Like how small?
Not launch the whole program. Think. Have one conversation about your idea. Write one short social media post. Send one exploratory email to a potential client.
Okay. The goal isn't mastery, it's just motion, breaking the inertia.
Exactly that. Break the inertia.
Yeah.
Because once you have that tiny bit of momentum, step 2 becomes possible. Adjust often.
Adjust often. So get feedback.
Yes, actively seek it out. And crucially, seek constructive feedback, not just validation. Be ready to iterate, change things quickly.
Without getting precious about your first try.
Yes, without attachment.
Yeah.
That's key.
Yeah.
Your early attempts are experiments, data collection. They're not monuments carved in stone.
Treat them like hypotheses to be tested. Okay? So, start small. Adjust often. What's the third step?
Simple, but powerful. Keep going.
Consistency.
Consistency. The guide makes this powerful point. Consistency beats brilliance every single time. Showing up regularly, doing the small, sometimes awkward thing,
Even when it's imperfect.
especially when it's imperfect. That sustained action is far more powerful than waiting around for some mythical burst of perfect genius. That's what separates ideas from actual businesses.
Right. And every one of those small, imperfect actions teaches you something real, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Something you can never learn just by reading or planning. You find out what people actually need, what the real problems are, what resonates and what falls flat.
Those aren't failures then, they're data points, building real competence.
Exactly. Invaluable data, which leads to this bigger realization.
Yeah.
But we have to kind of redefine what success even looks like while we're building it.
How so?
We need to accept that real progress often looks, well, unfinished, messy. We have to embrace what the guide calls the messy middle.
The messy middle. I like that term. It's the part nobody shares on Instagram, right?
Definitely not. It's the day-to-day grind. The pivots, the uncertain moments, the late nights, figuring stuff out as you go.
The parts that don't make for a great highlight reel.
No. But behind every single business you admire, that messy, uncertain middle was there. It's unavoidable. We just mistake the shiny end result for the whole journey.
So the goal isn't to be fearless or have all the answers from day one.
Not at all. Great entrepreneurs are just consistent despite the fear and uncertainty. They commit to moving through that messy middle.
There's a quote in the material that nails this shift in thinking. It says something like, the businesses you admire started with someone saying, I'll figure it out, not someone who already had it figured out.
That's the one.
Powerful, isn't it? It really is. That willingness to figure it out as you go. That seems to be the core. Which leads us nicely to this idea of calm courage. It's not about brute force or pretending doubt doesn't exist. It's about what? Learning to act while feeling doubt.
Yeah, exactly. Holding it gently, acknowledging it's there, but not letting it drive the bus, not letting it paralyze you.
Okay, so how do we cultivate that? Can we practice calm courage?
Yes. And the guide gives us a super practical 3-step daily ritual. For exactly that. Something you can do anytime that fear or doubt starts to bubble up.
A daily ritual. Okay, let's walk through it. Step 1.
Step 1, acknowledge the doubt.
Yeah.
But crucially, without judging yourself for feeling it.
So just notice it.
Just notice it. Literally say it, maybe out loud or just in your head, or write it down. Okay, I'm feeling uncertain about this decision. Or right now I'm feeling like an imposter about this project.
And just naming it helps.
It creates distance. Suddenly you are the one observing the feeling. You're not consumed by the feeling. You're not the doubt. You're the person experiencing doubt. That small shift is huge.
Okay. Create distance by acknowledging without judgment. Got it. What's step 2?
Step 2, speak truth to it. This is the reframing part. You actively replace the old, unhelpful narrative.
The one that says, I'm going to fail, or I'm not good enough.
Exactly. You swap it for a productive truth. Like,
Yeah.
okay, I feel uncertain and I'm learning, not failing. Or I'm building competence, not pretending. This is an experiment, not a final verdict.
You're consciously choosing a different story, interrupting the self-sabotage.
You got it. It stops that negative spiral before it gains momentum.
Okay. Acknowledge, reframe, and the final step. It has to involve action, right?
It absolutely does.
Right.
Step 3, take one imperfect action today. This is key. It's the physical step that breaks the paralysis.
So after you've acknowledged and reframed, you must move.
Yes. Send that slightly scary email. Publish the blog post, even if it's not perfect. Ask for the meeting. The specific action matters less than the act of moving itself.
It doesn't have to be huge.
No, often small is better. Just one concrete step.
Mm.
That movement is what dissolves the fear and builds real confidence over time.
That daily action, it feels like the ultimate permission slip the guide offers us.
It really is.
Permission to just begin imperfectly, without needing to earn the right or wait for some external validation.
Exactly. You don't need anyone else's okay to start.
Start where you are with what you have right now, launch the messy version 1, put out the unpolished prototype, give the honest, maybe slightly nervous introduction.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? People often respond really well to that honesty, that evolving process.
Yeah?
More so than waiting for some perfect thing that arrives too late or feels too slick.
That's a great point. Authenticity resonates.
It does. So if we were to kind of synthesize everything we've dug into today, the main thing to remember is this. It's your next step, your small, imperfect next step that builds your future, not the perfect 5-year plan you haven't started yet.
Right.
Every single founder or creator you admire took a first step without knowing exactly how it would all turn out. They just started. You're right where you need to be to take yours.
So the takeaways seem clear. Doubt isn't a stop sign. It's more like a compass pointing toward meaning. Perfectionism is just fear in disguise. And movement, consistent imperfect movement, is the only real way forward.
Well put. It's about being imperfectly brave again and again.
Okay, so as we wrap up, we want to leave you, the listener, with that powerful, provocative question the source material suggests for reflection. Really take a moment with this one, maybe write it down. What would I create if I no longer waited to be perfect?
What would that look like?
Think about that honest, evolving thing that maybe the world needs from you right now, just as it is, because your imperfect action truly matters. Go forward, imperfectly brave.